तो इस वीडियो में हम पास्ट पेपर से लिए गए इडियम्स के मीनिंग और उसके लिए सेंटेंस बनाएंगे। पहला इडियम है अ कॉक एंड बुल स्टोरी। इसका मतलब है अनबिलीवेबल और फैंसीफुल स्टोरी। इसके लिए सेंटेंस है द टूरिस्ट टोल्ड अ कॉक एंड बुल स्टोरी अबाउट बीइंग लॉस्ट इन द जंगल फॉर डेज बट नो वन बिलीव्ड हिम। नेक्स्ट है टू कीप एट आर्म्स लेंथ। इसका मतलब है टू मेंटेन अ डिस्टेंस और रिजर्व विद समवन। इसके लिए सेंटेंस है शी केप्ट हर सिस्टर इन लॉ एट आर्म्स लेंथ ड्यूरिंग द पार्टी, अवॉइडिंग एनी ऑकवर्ड कन्वर्सेशंस। नेक्स्ट है एन आयरन विल। इसका मतलब है अ स्ट्रॉन्ग विल, डिटर्मिनेशन और रिजॉल्व। सेंटेंस है The athlete's iron will helped her push through the pain and finish the marathon. Next है a wild goose chase. इसका मतलब है a search that is completely unsuccessful and a waste of time. Sentence है after 2 hours spent wandering in the snow, I realized we were on a wild goose chase. Next है poison one's ear. इसका मतलब है to make someone believe untrue and unpleasant things about another person. Sentence है the rival politician tried to poison the voter's ears with false accusations about his opponent. Next है to turn a deaf ear. इसका मतलब है to ignore someone. Sentence है the manager turned a deaf ear to the employee's request for changing the venue of the meeting. नेक्स्ट है टू कॉल टू माइंड। इसका मतलब है टू रिमेंबर और रिकॉल समथिंग। सेंटेंस है द स्मेल ऑफ फ्रेशली बेक्ड कुकीज कॉल्स टू माइंड माई चाइल्डहुड मेमोरीज ऑफ बेकिंग विद माई मदर। नेक्स्ट है टू विन लॉरल्स। इसका मतलब है टू अचीव ग्रेट सक्सेस और रिकॉग्निशन ऑफन इन अ कॉम्पिटिटिव फील्ड। इसके लिए सेंटेंस है The team won laurels in the championship game, earning them a spot in the national tournament. Next है to have an axe to grind. इसका मतलब है to have a personal reason or motivation for doing something. इसके लिए सेंटेंस है Environmentalists have no political axe to grind, they just want to save the planet. Next है to harp on the same strings. इसका मतलब है to repeat the same ideas or complaints over and over, often in annoying way. इसके लिए sentence है the politician's opponent kept harping on the same strings about the economy, failing to offer any new solutions. Next है at the 11th hour. इसका मतलब है at the last minute or just before a deadline. Sentence है the team submitted their project at the 11th hour just before the deadline expired. पहला idiom है a cock and bull story. इसका मतलब है unbelievable और fanciful story. इसके लिए सेंटेंस है The tourist told a cock and bull story about being lost in the jungle for days, but no one believed him. Next है to keep at arm's length. इसका मतलब है to maintain a distance or reserve with someone. इसके लिए सेंटेंस है She kept her sister-in-law at arm's length during the party, avoiding any awkward conversations. नेक्स्ट है एन आयरन विल। इसका मतलब है अ स्ट्रॉन्ग विल, डिटर्मिनेशन और रिजॉल्व। सेंटेंस है द एथलीट्स आयरन विल हेल्प हर पुश थ्रू द पेन एंड फिनिश द मैराथन। नेक्स्ट है अ वाइल्ड गूस चेस। इसका मतलब है a search that is completely unsuccessful and a waste of time. Sentence है after 2 hours spent wandering in the snow, I realized we were on a wild goose chase. Next है poison one's ear. इसका मतलब है to make someone believe untrue and unpleasant things about another person. Sentence है the rival politician tried to poison the voter's ears with false accusations about his opponent. Next है to turn a deaf ear. इसका मतलब है to ignore someone. Sentence है the manager turned a deaf ear to the employee's request for changing the venue of the meeting. पहला idiom है once in a blue moon. इसका मतलब है something that happens very rarely or unexpectedly. इसके लिए सेंटेंस है I love it when my favorite band comes to town, but they only perform here once in a blue moon. Next है to live in the lurch. इसका मतलब है to leave someone without help or in a difficult situation. इसके लिए सेंटेंस है My business partner left me in the lurch by quitting suddenly, leaving me to deal with all the responsibilities. Next है to break the ice. इसका मतलब है to do or say something that helps to relax and reduce tension in a social situation. इसके लिए सेंटेंस है The comedian's joke helped break the ice at the party, and soon everyone was laughing and having a good time. Next है to bury the hatchet. इसका मतलब है to make peace or settle a disagreement. इसके लिए सेंटेंस है After many quarreling years, the two political parties finally decided to bury the hatchet. Next है to lend a hand. इसका मतलब है to help someone with a task. इसके लिए सेंटेंस है Can you lend a hand with moving these heavy boxes? I could really use some extra help. Last one है from hand to mouth. इसका मतलब है to have just enough money to live on and nothing extra. इसके लिए सेंटेंस है After losing her job, she was forced to live from hand to mouth, struggling to make ends meet and often going hungry. पहला है sweep aside. इसका मतलब है to ignore. इसके लिए सेंटेंस है She swept aside all their advice. Next one है bent on. इसका मतलब है to be very determined to do or have something. इसके लिए सेंटेंस है He was bent on quitting his job even though he was making a lot of money. Next है against the wall. इसका मतलब है to be in a difficult or desperate situation. इसके लिए सेंटेंस है The team was up against a wall in the first half of the game. Next है come back to haunt. इसका मतलब है to cause problems for someone in the future. इसके लिए सेंटेंस है The unresolved conflict with his brother is likely to come back to haunt him later in life. Next है small wonder. इसका मतलब है not very surprising. Sentence है Under such circumstances, it is little wonder that they experience difficulties. Next है jealously safeguard. इसका मतलब है to protect something carefully. Sentence है Journalists have jealously safeguarded their freedoms despite government pressure. नेक्स्ट है bulldoze through। इसका मतलब है to move forward while forcing other people to move out of the way। सेंटेंस है they rudely bulldozed their way through the crowd। नेक्स्ट है clamp down on। इसका मतलब है to take strict measures to stop something। सेंटेंस है the government clamped down on tax evasion, imposing harsh penalties on those who were caught। नेक्स्ट है call out। इसका मतलब है publicly criticize or condemn someone for their actions or behavior। Sentence है the activist called out the company for its poor environmental practices। Last one है take a stand। इसका मतलब है to express one's opinion। Sentence है it's time for you to take a stand and tell them that things need to change। पहला idiom है come to terms with। इसका मतलब है to accept and deal with a difficult or unpleasant situation। Sentence है the family had to come to terms with the loss of their loved one after the accident। Next है pull off। इसका मतलब है to succeed in doing something difficult or impressive। Sentence है the team worked tirelessly to pull off a stunning victory in the championship game। Next है at the cost of। Meaning है sacrificing something important for the sake of something else। Sentence है the company's decision to downsize came at the cost of many employees' jobs। Next है call to an end। Meaning है to stop or terminate something। Sentence है the organizers decided to call the festival to an end due to the severe weather conditions। Next है too many ifs and buts। Meaning है too many conditions, uncertainties or reservations। Sentence है the proposal had too many ifs and buts, making it difficult to come to a decision। Next है spin their boss words। Meaning है to twist words to influence perception। Sentence है the employees were accused of spinning their boss words to suit their own interests। Next है a fresh game is afoot। Meaning है something new or important is happening। Sentence है with a new policy in place, a fresh game is afoot and we need to adapt quickly। Next है ceding space to others। Meaning है to allow others to take control or influence। Sentence है by ceding space to others, we can create a more inclusive and collaborative environment। पहला idiom है on the ropes। Meaning है to be in a weak or vulnerable position। Sentence है after a series of setbacks, the company was on the ropes and struggling to stay afloat। Next है teeter on the edge। Meaning है be very close to a difficult or dangerous situation। Sentence है the economy was teetering on the edge of collapse and the government had to act quickly to prevent a disaster। Next है a footnote। Meaning है a minor or insignificant detail। Sentence है the controversy was just a footnote in the company's annual report, but it sparked a heated debate among investors। Next है built on। Meaning है to use something as a foundation for further progress। Sentence है The new policy was built on the principles of fairness and equality. Next है plugging a big loophole, meaning है to close or fill a gap or weakness. Sentence है the new law aimed to plug a big loophole that had allowed corporations to avoid paying taxes. Next है gripping political soap opera, meaning है a dramatic or sensational series of events. Sentence है the scandal surrounding the president was a gripping political soap opera that captivated the nation. Next है settling vendettas, meaning है to seek revenge or retaliation. Sentence है the politician was accused of using her power to settle vendettas against her opponents. Last one है heaven on earth, meaning है a place or situation that is extremely pleasant or enjoyable. Sentence है the beautiful island resort was heaven on earth with its crystal clear waters and lush green forests. पहला idiom है stuck in transition, meaning है to be in a state of uncertainty. Sentence है the company was stuck in transition, struggling to adapt to the changing market. Next है runaway inflation, meaning है uncontrolled or rapid growth. Sentence है the country was experiencing runaway inflation with prices rising exponentially. Next है little remorse, meaning है a lack of regret or guilt. Sentence है the convicted criminal showed little remorse for his actions, sparking outrage among the victims' families. Next है bear highlighting, meaning है to emphasize or draw attention to something. Sentence है the report highlighted the need for greater transparency in the company's financial dealings. Next है burn the midnight oil, meaning है to work late into the night. Sentence है the team had to burn the midnight oil to meet the tight deadlines. Next है hit the nail on the head, meaning है to describe or identify something accurately. Sentence है the analyst's prediction hit the nail on the head, accurately forecasting the market trend. Next है let the cat out of the bag, meaning है to reveal a secret or surprise. Sentence है the employee accidentally let the cat out of the bag and revealed the company's secret plans. Next है spill the beans, meaning है to reveal a secret or surprise. Sentence है the whistleblower spilled the beans on the company's corrupt practices, leading to a major scandal. Next है under the weather, meaning है to feel unwell or sick. Sentence है I'm feeling under the weather today, so I think I will stay home from work. पहला idiom है barking up the wrong tree, meaning है to pursue a mistaken or misguided course of action. Sentence है the investigators were barking up the wrong tree with their theory and they had to start over. Next है cost an arm and a leg, meaning है to be very expensive. Sentence है the new smartphone costs an arm and a leg, but it's worth it for the advanced features. Next है much ink has been spilled, meaning है a lot of discussion or debate has taken place. सेंटेंस है much ink has been spilled over the controversy with countless articles and opinion pieces written. Next है writing on the wall, meaning है a clear sign or indication of something. Sentence है the company's financial troubles were writing on the wall and it was only a matter of time before they went bankrupt. Next है fallen on the deaf ears, meaning है to be ignored or disregarded. Sentence है the warnings about the impending disaster had fallen on deaf ears and no one took action to prevent it. Next है in good faith, meaning है with honest intentions and sincerity. Sentence है the company acted in good faith, believing that their actions were lawful and ethical. Next है set aside, meaning है to reserve or allocate something for a specific purpose. Sentence है the company set aside a significant portion of their budget for research and development. Next है cry oneself hoarse, meaning है to shout or cry loudly and persistently. Sentence है the protesters cried themselves hoarse, shouting slogans and demanding change. Next है death blow, meaning है a final or decisive blow that leads to defeat or destruction. Sentence है the economy downturn dealt a death blow to the company, forcing them to file for bankruptcy. Next है drag one's feet, meaning है to delay or procrastinate. Sentence है the government was accused of dragging their feet on the issue, failing to take decisive action. पहला idiom है to eat the humble pie, meaning है to admit your mistake and apologize, often in an embarrassing or humbling way. Sentence है after wrongly accusing her colleague of stealing, Lisa had to eat the humble pie and apologize in front of the whole team. Next है alpha and omega, meaning है the beginning and the end, something that is most important. Sentence है the love for her family is the alpha and omega of Maria's life. Next है a child's play, meaning है something that is very easy to do. Sentence है for someone as experienced as John, fixing the broken machine was a child's play. Next है to leave one in the lurch, meaning है to abandon someone in a difficult or awkward situation. Sentence है when the project was about to be presented, Mike quit the team and left us in the lurch. Next है over and above, meaning है in addition to something more than expected. Sentence है the company gave him a bonus over and above his regular salary for his exceptional performance. Next है to go to the dogs, meaning है to become ruined or worsen. Sentence है after the new management took over, the company started to go to the dogs. Next है a hard nut to crack, meaning है a difficult problem or a challenging person to deal with. Sentence है convincing my father to let me travel abroad was a hard nut to crack. Last one है the irony of fate, meaning है a situation where fate or destiny brings about an unexpected or opposite outcome, often with a sense of tragic or humorous twist. Sentence है it was the irony of fate that the firefighter's own house burned down while he was out saving others. पहला idiom है to chew the cud, मीनिंग है to think deeply about something. सेंटेंस है he sat for a moment, chewing the cud before he spoke. नेक्स्ट है to kick against the pricks. मीनिंग है to resist authority or fight against something inevitable, often causing oneself harm. सेंटेंस है instead of kicking against the pricks, he finally accepted the company's new policies. Next है at the beck and call. Meaning है always ready to serve or obey someone's orders. Sentence है the assistant was at the beck and call of the manager, responding to every request immediately. Next है spick and span. Meaning है very clean and tidy. Sentence है she spent the entire morning cleaning the house until it was spick and span. Next है on the horns of a dilemma. Meaning है faced with two equally difficult choices. Sentence है he was on the horns of a dilemma whether to accept the high-paying job abroad or stay close to his family. Last one है to be ill at ease. Meaning है to feel uncomfortable or uneasy. Sentence है she was ill at ease in the large gathering since she knew no one there. पहला idiom है to make one's blood creep. Meaning है to cause fear or disgust. Sentence है the eerie silence in the abandoned house made my blood creep. Next है blink the fact. Meaning है to ignore or refuse to acknowledge something obvious. Sentence है he kept blinking the fact that his reckless spending would lead to financial trouble. Next है a bad egg. Meaning है a dishonest or untrustworthy person. Sentence है everyone knew he was a bad egg, but they still trusted him with their money. Next है the salt of the earth. Meaning है a very honest, reliable and good person. Sentence है my grandmother was the salt of the earth, kind, humble, and always helping others. Next है a utopian scheme. Meaning है an unrealistic or impractical plan. Sentence है his idea of building a city on the ocean floor seemed like a utopian scheme. Last one है take a fancy to. Meaning है to develop a liking for someone or something. Sentence है she suddenly took a fancy to gardening and spent hours planting flowers. Pull the plug. Meaning है to stop something from continuing, especially by withdrawing support or resources. Sentence है the company pulled the plug on the project after realizing it was no longer profitable. Next है speak up. Meaning है to express one's opinion openly or loudly. Sentence है if you disagree with the decision, you should speak up during the meeting. Next है stop short. Meaning है to suddenly stop what one is doing or saying, often due to surprise or reconsideration. Sentence है she stopped short of accusing him, realizing she had no proof. Next है tarnish one's credibility. Meaning है to damage someone's reputation or trustworthiness. Sentence है the scandal seriously tarnished the politician's credibility in the public eye. Next है in line with. Meaning है in agreement or accordance with something. Sentence है his behavior is not in line with the company's code of conduct. नेक्स्ट है shake us to the core, मीनिंग है to deeply disturb or shock someone emotionally. सेंटेंस है the tragic news of the accident shook us to the core. नेक्स्ट है out of the goodness of its heart, मीनिंग है doing something kindly and generously without expecting anything in return. सेंटेंस है the organization helped the refugees out of the goodness of its heart. Last one है woven into the fabric of society, meaning है deeply integrated or embedded into societal structure or culture. Sentence है education is woven into the fabric of society as a fundamental human right. First one है a slap on the wrist, जिसका मतलब है हल्की सजा. इंग्लिश में a mild punishment for a wrongdoing. Sentence है the thief got only a slap on the wrist for stealing from the store. नेक्स्ट है call it a day, जिसका मतलब है काम खत्म करना. To stop working for the day or to stop an activity. सेंटेंस है we have done enough work, let's call it a day. नेक्स्ट है keep body and soul together, बमुश्किल गुजारा करना. To survive or manage to live with limited resources. Sentence है he works 3 jobs just to keep body and soul together. Hold your horses, इंतजार करना या सब्र करना. Wait a moment or be patient. Sentence है hold your horses, we haven't finished packing yet. Next है buy a lemon, खराब चीज खरीद लेना, खसूसन गाड़ी. To buy something, especially a vehicle, that turns out to be defective. Sentence है she bought a lemon and now the car won't even start. Next है chew someone out, सख्त डांटना. To scold someone harshly. Sentence है the coach chewed him out for being late to practice. Next है graveyard shift, रात की ड्यूटी या night shift. A work shift that takes place during the night, typically from midnight to early morning. Sentence है he works the graveyard shift at the hospital. Next है beat around the bush, बात गोल मोल करना. To avoid talking directly about the main topic. Sentence है stop beating around the bush and tell me what happened. Next है go for broke, सब कुछ दाव पर लगा देना. To risk everything in an all-out effort. Sentence है she decided to go for broke and invest all her savings in the startup. Last one है high on the hop, ऐशो आराम से जिंदगी गुजारना. Living in great comfort or luxury, often with plenty of money or material things. Sentence है ever since he got that promotion, he has been living high on the hog. Top 30 idioms जो कि headmaster, headmistress और bpsc के बाकी एग्जाम के लिए इंतहाई ज़रूरी हैं. First one है to add fuel to the fire, जिसका मतलब है to make a bad situation worse. उर्दू में जिसे हम ज़्यादातर बोलते हैं जल्दी पर तेल डालना. Sentence है his rude comments only added fuel to the fire during the heated argument. To move heaven and earth, जिसका मतलब है to try everything possible to achieve something, यानी कि ज़मीन आसमान एक कर देना किसी चीज़ को पाने के लिए. Sentence है she moved heaven and earth to save her child. Next one है do away with, जिसका मतलब है to get rid of something, यानी कि छुटकारा पाना या ख़त्म करना. Sentence है the school decided to do away with uniforms, few and far between, जिसका मतलब है rare और uncommon, यानी बहुत कम या कोई चीज़ आम ना हो. Good job opportunities are few and far between in that small town. Next one है good for nothing, जिसका मतलब है useless या worthless person. यानी कोई बेकार या निकम्मा is considered a good for nothing by his family because he never helps. To die in harness, जिसका मतलब है to die while still working or active, यानी काम करते करते मर जाना. The old professor died in harness, never taking a day off. Next one है fall short of, जिसका मतलब है to fail to reach a goal or a standard, यानी किसी चीज में कमी रह जाना. The team's performance fell short of expectations. Next one है ins and outs, all the details of something, यानी तमाम तफसीलात. Sentence है he knows the ins and outs of computer programming. Next one है at a stretch, means continuously without a break, यानी मुसलसल या कोई काम बगैर रुके करना. Sentence है he worked for 10 hours at a stretch to complete the assignment. An eyewash, meaning something that is misleading or deceptive, यानी धोखा या दिखावा. The company's promise of change was just an eyewash. To make ducks and drakes of, यानी कि to waste money or resources, means फजूल खर्ची करना. He made ducks and drakes of his inheritance within a year. To set at naught, जिसका मतलब है to disregard or ignore something, यानी कि नजरअंदाज करना. Sentence है he set at naught all the rules of the company. Next one here to come into line with, means to agree with or follow a standard, यानी कि हम आहंग होना या मुताबिकत में आना. Sentence है the new law brings local rules into line with international standards. Next one है to mind one's p's and q's, meaning है to be careful about one's behavior and language, यानी कि बहुत मुहतात रहना. Sentence है mind your p's and q's while visiting your in-laws. Next है to show the white feather, meaning है to show cowardice, यानी कि बुज़दिली दिखाना. Sentence है he showed the white feather when it was time to stand up for his friend. Next है to be at daggers drawn, meaning to be openly hostile or enemies, यानी सख्त दुश्मनी में होना. Sentence है the two politicians have been at daggers drawn since the debate. Next one है beneath one's dignity, meaning है below one's status, यानी कि शान के खिलाफ. Sentence है he thinks cleaning is beneath his dignity. Next one है to rest on one's laurels, meaning है to stop trying because of past success, यानी कि साबका कामयाबी पर तकिया करना या मजीद मेहनत ना करना क्योंकि पास्ट में उसने ऑलरेडी कामयाबी हासिल की थी. Sentence है you cannot rest on your laurels if you want to remain at the top. Next one है to read between the lines, meaning है to understand the hidden or implied meaning, यानी कि पोशीदा मतलब निकालना. Sentence है reading between the lines I sensed she was unhappy with the decision. Next one है to make one's mark, यानी to become famous or successful, अपनी पहचान बनाना. Sentence है she made her mark in the world of science. Next one है burning question, जिसका मतलब है a very important or urgent issue, निहायत अहम सवाल. Sentence है climate change is a burning question of our time. Next one है a bed of roses, meaning है a comfortable or easy situation, यानी कि आरामदेह जिंदगी. Sentence है life is not always a bed of roses. Next one है break a leg, meaning है a way to wish someone good luck, especially in acting, यानी कामयाबी की दुआ करना. Sentence है break a leg on your performance tonight. Next one है pull someone's leg, meaning to joke or tease someone playfully, यानी कि मजाक उड़ाना या छेड़ना. सेंटेंस है डोंट बी सीरियस, ही इज जस्ट पुलिंग योर लेग. नेक्स्ट वन है to be off one's head, meaning to be crazy or foolish, पागल होना. Sentence है he must be off his head to quit his job like that. Next one है bigger fish to fry, more important matters to deal with, यानी कि ज्यादा अहम काम होना. Sentence है I can't attend that meeting, I have bigger fish to fry. Next one है kill two birds with one stone, meaning to achieve two things with one action, जिसे हम लोग उर्दू में एक चीज से दो शिकार बोलते हैं. सेंटेंस है by studying during the commute I killed two birds with one stone. The ball is in your court, यानी कि it's your turn to take decision, अब फैसला तुम्हारे हाथ में है. सेंटेंस है I have given you my opinion, now the ball is in your court. Next one है the early bird gets worm, meaning है people who act quickly have an advantage, यानी जो जल्दी करे कामयाब होता है. सेंटेंस है she always arrives early because the early bird gets the worm. Last one है let sleeping dogs lie, meaning है avoid restarting an old argument or issue, यानी पुरानी बातों को छेड़ना नहीं चाहिए. सेंटेंस है डोंट मेंशन हिज पास्ट मिस्टेक, लेट स्लीपिंग डॉग्स लाई,